Welcome to the Manor House.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
May I offer you a tour of the manor?
Oh, I'd love that. I would definitely love that.
Please.
So I know a little bit about the Cyberling family. Can you tell me a little bit more? I mean, who were they?
Frank and his brother Charles founded Goodyear Tire in 1898, and it was through that very successful business venture that he was able to afford to build this house.
Well, I feel like in order to do this tour right, I kind of need to change my attire. Is that okay with you?
Let's go back into 1920.
Let's hop back in time. How about right? Now that's better. Don't you feel like it is?
You look very fashionable.
Well, thank you. I feel fashionable. And I came in here because I wanted to see how the Cyberling family and people in the 1920s, how they dined back then. Can we see that?
Absolutely. Would you like to follow me into the dining room?
I would love that.
We are now in our dining room.
Oh, and it looks like you have a place setting here.
Yes. We are set up for a formal dinner. We'll be serving cream soup, and this is a cream soup bowl.
There are different spoons for different soups, right?
Yes, we are set here with a cream soup spoon. Now, if I were to serve bouillon, it would be a smaller bowl on that spoon.
Ah, I see. And then I see you have the forks and the knives in the soup bowl, but you don't have a small teaspoon.
Never set the table with a teaspoon, because after a formal dinner party, guests would withdraw to the music room.
Oh.
And they would have their after-dinner coffee and tea and sweet things in the music room.
Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of reminds me of Downton Abbey when the family would do that, and then Edith or Mary would sing and entertain. So it was similar to that?
Very similar.
If you were to go to a dinner with your spouse, you wouldn't necessarily sit by your spouse like you would today. Is that true?
That is true. The hostess, and in this case Mrs. Cyberling, would make the seating arrangement, so you would sit with new friends.
I see. Well, all of this talk of friends and dining making me a little hungry.
Perhaps I should introduce you to the kitchen and our chef.
Oh, that would be great. I would love to see the kitchen.
Certainly. Excuse me.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Chef James. Would you like to follow me into the kitchen?
Sure. You look a little familiar, though. Have I seen you before?
I've never met you before, but follow me.
Okay, whatever you say.
And this is my kitchen.
Oh, so this is where you would be if we were in the 1920s.
Absolutely. And normally there'd be four of us: myself, my assistant, the kitchen maid, and the scullery maid.
If you were to prepare something for me in the 1920s, what would I be eating?
Some of the typical things we eat in modern times. Poultry, because the Cyberlings have their own poultry farm, and livestock.
Okay. So now, is it possible for you to whip up something for me? I just kind of want to taste a little
Well,
bit.
I'm glad you asked, because I prepared a couple of finger sandwiches and one of Mrs. Cyberling's favorite treats.
Wow, I wasn't
Stuffed
expecting
prunes.
this. Oh, stuffed prunes?
Stuffed with Philadelphia cream cheese. The finger sandwiches are Russian sandwiches, and the canapes are Indian-style canapes with curry in them.
Oh, so this was typical for
These are actual 1920 recipes.
Wow. Well, I think I'll start with the stuffed prunes first.
Go right ahead.
Might as well.
And I hope you return, because I will prepare a full meal for you.
Will you?
Yes.
Well, let's see how these go first.
Okay. They're very tasty.
Surprisingly, pretty good. I like the sweetness of the prunes, but then the cream cheese kind of levels out the sweetness. So
I'm glad you like them.
thank you, Chef James.
Thank you.
I'm gonna keep thinking about why you look so familiar
Can't
too.
imagine why.
Can't imagine. I don't know. Bye-bye.